And that looks like we're live. Hey everyone, welcome to this week's live training. It's Andrew Burns here with you again. So I am if this is the first time you've come across me, first time you've seen my face, I am the founder of Adventures in Marketing Limited. I am the founder of salesrails.co. And every week around this time, I go live and we talk about all things sales and marketing, everything that's happening inside the Sales Rails platform. And I generally give you a demonstration of what you can achieve inside that platform. So Sales Rails, if you haven't come across it before, is a Facebook Messenger and Instagram DM automation tool. So it allows you to automate responses. It allows you to guide subscribers through a chat sequence. It allows you to sell to those subscribers, hence the name Sales Rails. And it's a pretty incredible tool. Today, what we're going to talk about is specifically its e-commerce functions and the ability to build an e-commerce store inside Sales Rails. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, it's much cheaper than building a Shopify store or a GrooveCart store or a WooCommerce store or whatever other platform that you might want to use. But more than that, it gives us the ability to follow up with our potential customers inside of Facebook Messenger and Instagram DMs. And we'll get to why that's important. But first of all, I wanted to talk to you about the importance of the follow-up. The follow-up is everything in sales. The follow-up is what generates your sales. The follow-up is what turns prospects into customers. And the follow-up is really why Sales Rails exists. So I used to be a sales guy out in the real world, knocking on doors, selling products. I sold life science and healthcare products. I sold them to, research scientists and hematologists and orthopedic surgeons all over the world. Some incredibly complex products sold to incredibly time poor potential customers. So I had to get my point across very quickly. I had to explain how these products could change the lives of these potential customers and the lives of the people that they were working for, whether that be, in the case of doctors, that their patients, improving the outcomes that they could achieve for those patients. The sale was never done in that face-to-face meeting. The sale was always done in the follow-up, in emails and phone calls after the fact. No one makes a decision in that first conversation, and the same is true of online marketing. And that's really why I developed the Sales Rails platform. And continue to develop the Sales Rails platform, so that we could do that follow-up in a much more slick way. So when someone doesn't do the follow-up really well, you don't get the sale. And more often than not, what happens is not only do you lose your potential customer, you piss off your potential customer. I got a message yesterday, actually, and I wanted to share it with you. It's anonymized, so don't worry. Let me just share this with you, and I'm gonna come over here so that you can see me and this message. So I received this message. This was cold outreach. So someone had found me on Facebook or Instagram, and they sent me a Facebook Messenger, and they said, "Hey Andrew, are you at full capacity this month, or can you take on more clients?" And that message is so good. It's so good because either if you're a business looking for more clients, either you think, well, this person is asking me if I've got capacity in order to work with them, i.e., they're going to potentially be my client, in which case you've got to say, yes, I have capacity, or they're going to sell me some kind of service to find me clients to fill that capacity. But either way, I don't want to say no, I don't have capacity, just in case they are a potential client. Right? That's the genius of this message. It's so good. I loved it, and even though I knew that this person was going to try and sell me a service to find clients for me, and this was a service that I don't need right now, I went back to them and I said, "Hey, I love that opening. I love that message. You know, it's awesome. That's literally what I said." And the lady came back to me and she said she didn't acknowledge that I was kind of impressed with her opening. I don't know whether she doesn't know how good that is. Maybe it's just something she's copied and pasted from somewhere. But she kind of didn't acknowledge that. She said she launched into her sales pitch straight away. Here's what I can do for you. Here's how much it's going to cost. Would you like to learn more? And I went back to her and I said, look, your service isn't for me right now. It might be in a couple of months that, I want to use you. I love that message so much. I would want to work with you as and when your service becomes appropriate for me. And nothing. Crickets. She didn't respond in any way. No follow-up. Now, I kind of get it. I get that, there's billions of people on Facebook. There's always another potential customer that you can send that awesome message to. But that's so hard. That's so hard. When someone said to you, it's not right for me right now, but in a couple of months I might be interested, why would you not just go back and say, perfect, I'll reach out to you again in a couple of months? Instead, what she's done is piss me off. And what do you think I'm going to do? I'm not going to work with her in the future, because if that's how she behaves when she's finding clients for herself, how's she going to behave when she's finding clients for me? So that's problematic, isn't it? So the follow up is everything. I can't stress that to you enough, and that is why I built Sales Rails. That is why chatbot marketing is so valuable, because it gives you that opportunity to follow up with people. So if you're doing any kind of promotion, any kind of marketing on Facebook and Instagram, let's take an example from my own Facebook page, my Adventures in Marketing Facebook page. So I post a reel on there. It reaches something like 300 people, let's say. That these are kind of rounded numbers, but they're about right. My reels reach something like 300 people, which I'm is great, because I only have about 70 followers on that particular page. So I'm reaching outside of my 70 followers, and more people are seeing that reel, which is perfect, which is why I want to do it. But I don't know who those 300 people are, or those 230 outside of the page followers. If I did indeed reach all of my page followers, which, if you know anything about the Facebook algorithm, is highly unlikely. But let's say I did. Let's say there's 230 people who saw that reel outside of my my niche of followers, my group of followers, 230 people, let's say. I've got no way of reaching them again unless I pay Facebook. I can pay Facebook, I can have a retargeting ad, and I can reach those people, and I can reach them over and over again if I pay Facebook, if I pay to play. And the same is true on Instagram, right? You post a reel. Instagram rewards you with reach beyond the number of followers that you have. But you can't get back in touch with those people that saw your reel. You can't follow up unless you pay Facebook to put an advert in front of those people. So what Sales Rails does by automating Facebook Messenger and Instagram DMs is to enable us to, not for everyone, but for some people who are prepared to engage with our reel, who see that reel and think, that's awesome, that's for me, leave a comment. Now we can get them to subscribe to our Facebook Messenger or Instagram DM sequences, and now we have a way to follow up with them. The follow up is everything, and that's why I built Sales Rails to do that follow up. So coming back to e-commerce, why would we build e-commerce functionality into Sales Rails? It's exactly the same thing. It's so that we can do the follow up. So let's say you have a Shopify store and you're selling t-shirts. I'm going to talk about selling t-shirts in a little while. You're selling t-shirts and you've got a Shopify store, and someone comes and they abandon, they find a t-shirt that they like, they put it in the cart, and then something happens, they get distracted and they walk away. You can, inside of that Shopify store, is have a sequence of emails that follows up with anyone that abandons their cart. And that follow-up sequence, depending on how well you've written it, will probably get somewhere like 20% of those abandoned carts to come back and actually make the purchase that they were going to make. So you're saving 20% of your sales from just disappearing into the ether. It's all about the follow-up. That is how you follow up with someone who's a potential customer in the e-commerce space. Now, a message inside Facebook Messenger or Instagram DMs is 3 times more likely to be opened and read than an email. So if you can do that follow-up in Facebook Messenger or Instagram DM, you are 3 times more likely to reach your potential customer and to get them to buy. So why is there e-commerce functionality built into Sales Rails? It's so that we can send those abandoned cart messages from Sales Rails, i.e. in Facebook Messenger and in Instagram DMs, and therefore increase the number of abandoned cart customers that we can reach, and therefore increase that percentage of people that showed enough interest to add our t-shirt to their cart, and then life happened, something got in the way and they didn't complete the purchase. Now we've got an opportunity to get lots more of them to make the actual purchase. That's why we have e-commerce functionality inside Sales Rails. Now, I appreciate not all Sales Rails users have a requirement for such a store. They don't have a requirement for an e-commerce store in any way. They don't have Shopify, they don't have Groovecart, they don't have WooCommerce. They don't need it in Sales Rails. But I think I'm going to show you how you can make use of this functionality anyway and make it part of your follow-up, regardless of whether e-commerce is the primary part of your business. So yeah, let's jump into Sales Rails. I'll show you how easy it is to build a store. I'll show you how easy it is to create products to sell inside your store, and I'll show you how easy it is to share those products with your Facebook Messenger and Instagram DM subscribers. Let's jump in. So I'm going to share my screen like this. I'm going to put myself down there. So hopefully I'm out of the way so you can still see me, and hopefully up there, Sally, our Sales Rails logo isn't in your way too much. I feel a bit guilty about Sally actually. When I put out the event on Facebook and YouTube earlier, I left her off the image that I created as the image for the event. So I apologise, Sally. Sorry about that. So we're inside our Sales Rails dashboard, and if you're new to this, what we want to do is come over to this left-hand side navigation panel and scroll down here, and you can see we've got this e-commerce store, and we are going to click in there. Now over here I've got a few demo stores, but I'm going to create a new one from scratch while you watch so that you can see how easy it is. We're going to leave it as a physical store. We're going to connect it to Sales Rails by Adventures in Marketing. So when I click this drop down, it gives me all of my Facebook pages. I'm going to connect it to Sales Rails by Adventures in Marketing. And we are going to call this Sally Merchandise. Merchandise. I don't know. It looks like to me that says merchandise, but maybe it's the same. Maybe it's the same word. I am gonna type in my email address. I'm gonna put in my number, and it knows my address. So there we go. Last time I did this, it put in Alabama here, like I live in. Like I live in the States anyway, which I don't. I'm in the UK. We've got an opportunity to upload a logo and a favicon here. So this is the favicon up here. You probably can't see that, can you? No, I don't think you can. So the favicon is the little icon that appears next to the website name in a tab inside your browser. But I'm not sharing my whole browser. I'm just sharing the window, so you can't see it when I gesture to it. Apologies for that. So I'm going to upload a logo there, and I'm going to upload the same image as a favicon. So you can tell how guilty I feel about missing Sally off my pictures earlier, because she's going to be everywhere in this demonstration. And then down here we can add a Facebook pixel if we want. So that this would enable us to track events through our new store, and follow up with ads to anyone who abandons their cart, or build an audience from people who participate inside the store, essentially, that we could advertise to later. And the same with our Google ID. We could do that, and that is that. I'm going to click here to create store. It's going to tell me that the store's been created. I'm going to click OK. And now it takes me to this dashboard, which is where details of our orders and details of our success or not, but hopefully success would live. So cool. So far, so good. Next thing we want to do is come down to, well, if I just click on this store settings over here, you'll see this is what we just covered. And now we're going to go to checkout settings. And you can see here we have lots and lots and lots of payment gateway opportunities. You can connect to PayPal, you can connect to Stripe, but also depending on where you are in the world, you might want Instamojo, you might want Molly, you might want Razorpay. Yeah, we've got lots of options for you. I'm just going to connect PayPal just for now. I'm going to enable the PayPal sandbox mode, which is going to help me go through an actual sale when the time comes. I'm going to go down here, so I'm going to enable PayPal at checkout. I'm going to enable cash on delivery as well, because that means I'm going to be able to check out without putting my credit card details in. But if you were really doing this, you would probably turn that off. We are going to change this because I'm in the UK. I want to make it GBP. There we go. Any delivery I'm going to build into the price of the product, so it's always going to look like free delivery. We need it to be home delivery. We're not going to have any store, but if you were building some other kind of store or a restaurant, for example, you can enable a preparation time. You can schedule orders. Again, if you're a takeaway, you could enable that. I'm going to enable guest to purchase as well. You might not want to do that in the real world, but this is going to enable me to show you a demonstration a little bit easier. And we're going to enable all of these things. And we're going to click save. And then if I scroll back up here to the top, you can see that my data has been successfully stored in the database. So I get this positive notification that what we've done is all good. So in case you didn't notice it, this is where I am over on this right hand side. I'm just gonna go down them all. I'm going to change this store color to this color. You'll see why I've done that in a minute, even though I like orange. You can change the font and all of that stuff. You can change what your buying buttons say. You can hide specific buttons or reveal specific buttons by toggling these. You can connect to WhatsApp and send your follow-ups via WhatsApp as well if you want. I'm not going to do that. And then we're going to click save. Okay, so over here we're going to come to business hour settings. Always open. So this is an online store. We're always open. Now we're going to come down to categories. I'm going to add 2 categories. So what we're going to talk about, the products that we're going to add are exactly as the store name suggests. We're going to add Sally merchandise. We're going to add t-shirts and hoodies, branded sales rails. So we're going to add 2 categories. One is going to be t-shirts. And I could upload an image here. Let me see if I can. If it'll let me do that, it might think that that's too big. Seems to like it. Okay. And we're going to add hoodies. And you'll see how these resolve when I show you the store shortly. Click save. So there you go. You can see we've got t-shirts, we've got hoodies, we've got thumbnails associated with them that we can see that they're active. So far, so cool. Now we're going to go to attributes. So we're going to have two different attributes that people can choose from. So one is going to be color. Color with a U. And then we can have our the values of this attribute. So I've got two colors. One is charcoal, and one is burgundy. Is it going to be multi-select? No, it's one or the other. Is it going to be optional? No, you have to choose one. Is it going to be active? Yes. We're going to click save, and we are done. Now we need to add another attribute, which is going to be size. And we are going to go from extra small, small, medium, large, extra large, 2XL, and 3XL. Again, not multi-select. Again, not optional. Click save. And we are good with our attributes. So hopefully, so far, you can see how straightforward this is. It is in no way a system intended to replace something as slick as Shopify or Groovecart. But what it does allow us to do is add these products really easily into Facebook Messenger automations and Instagram direct message automations. Imagine how powerful that is. If you're selling this kind of product and you share an image of it on Instagram and you say, comment below, in order to buy this product, you get a comment, you send them, that comment triggers a message, and inside that message you share a carousel of the products and give them options, and share discount codes all inside an Instagram direct message. Imagine how powerful that is. Not to mention the follow-up that we've already been talking about. So let's come back and carry on with what we're doing. So next thing is with the fun bit. We actually get to put in our products. So we've already put in our categories. We've already put in our sizes. So those are all there ready for us to use. And now we are going to add our products. So the first product is our, I think these are both, I think they're eco products. So we're going to say, let's do the t-shirt first. So this is Unleash the Bots Eco Unisex t-shirt. And the price for this is going to be £13. If we wanted to have, a cut, let's say the original price is 15 and we're going to be selling them at 13, you'll see how this resolves. We can have related products. So as people are looking at this t-shirt, maybe they're seeing the hoodie underneath, but I haven't set up the hoodie yet, so I can't do that. We can have an upsell product. So you're buying a t-shirt, did you want a hoodie as well? And a downsell product potentially as well. So what attributes do we need? Well, we need them to be able to choose color, and we need them to be able to choose size. Now the t-shirt, I think I'm right in saying, doesn't have extra small and it doesn't have 3XL. So I'm just going to exclude those from here. And these are all the same price, but we could have different pricing depending on the size, different pricing depending on the color. We don't need to do that, but if you want, if it was, let's say it was a couple of quid more for a 2XL, we would just put 2 in here, and what you'll see is when someone selects 2XL on the order form, it's 13 plus 2. But we're going to leave that blank because they're all the same price. What I haven't done is added a category. There we go. We've got a category now. I'm going to use the product name as the description just to speed things along. Obviously, you would want to put in a much more detailed description there. We're going to go for this guy wearing our t-shirt and this guy wearing the burgundy t-shirt. So these mock-ups, so these products are real products. I've built them inside Printful. Printful is a print-on-demand service. So they generate these mock-ups for you, and I could order these right now. Now, I thought I was being super clever using Printful. I thought I was going to be able to show you how to connect this store to the Printful API, so that when someone ordered here, it would automatically feed through and it would all be hands off. They've changed that, and I'm going to need a developer to be able to do that. However, you could do that with relative ease, but not in time for this demonstration, unfortunately. So, but whatever business you're in, you could do something like this. You could produce t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, caps, water bottles branded. It would be super easy. And so I would recommend that if you have access to the e-commerce functions in Sales Rails, you use them for this. So there we go. That's our first product. And you can see the price was £15. Now it's 13. It's active. We're going to add another product now. This is going to be Unleash the Bots. Eco Unisex hoodie. These are £40. All right. We need some attributes here. We need color and we need size. We're going to select a category. These are hoodies. We could put in a link to a YouTube video. If we had a video reviewing these, you can see it's added the color. We can vary the price once again. The hoodies do have all of this price variation, size variation, sorry, I should say. Again, just for brevity, I'm going to throw that in there. We're going to have, I think I used the charcoal as the main picture just now, so I'll use the burgundy. We'll go for that one. I think I can have another picture in there. I think I'm allowed 3. So let's go for that one as well. There we go. You can control stock, but these are print on demand, so we don't have stock. But if you were buying these in bulk and managing your stock, you could do that. prevent purchase if out of stock, all of that good stuff. So let's click save here. And there we have it. So we've set up products, we've set up attributes, we've set up categories. Let's go and see how that's resolving. So how are we looking? For some reason that isn't resolving there. I'll go back and check that. Let's have a look in here. And the options aren't appearing, are they? So let's go back here. If you want to edit, you click on this little briefcase and you come to this edit button. We'll click there. Yeah, for some reason it's forgotten. Those. Click save. Let's do the same for the t-shirts. Just let's visit our store again. Yeah, and now you can see how this resolves. So we can select our color, we can select our size, and then we can add to the cart. You see we're getting a little carousel effect from the pictures that we uploaded, which is very nice. We go back home, we can have a look at the same thing in the t-shirt. So we can select our t-shirt, we can select our size, we can add to the cart. I'm going to click checkout as guest. If we click down here, we can go to the cart and see the product in there. We could click proceed to checkout. So far so good. So that store probably doesn't look the most awesome in a full-size web browser like this, and that's because it's not designed to. It is designed to look awesome inside a mobile phone, and so we're gonna look at that in a minute. So look, we've got all sorts of different options here. If I come down to orders, this is where your orders appear, and where you are able to change the status of your orders. And when you change the status of your orders, you can set up what messages are sent in response. So they're going to receive, hey, first name, order number, status has been updated to, which is pretty cool. You can go through and edit these. I would be careful about these tags inside the double curly brackets. You just need to be careful about. But everything else is up for grabs. And then they get a button that says my orders that takes them to a particular page. So just to, that's not what I meant to click. Just to reiterate, it is all about the follow-up. This is why there is this e-commerce functionality inside Sales Rails, so that we can do this follow-up, so that we can send our order confirmations, our order information via Facebook Messenger, via Instagram DMs. This is why we've done it. The follow-up is so important. Remember, there are only 3 ways to grow your business. The first way is to find new customers, and that is difficult. So the other 2 are the most important. Sell more of what you've already sold to your existing customers. So if they're buying a burgundy t-shirt, sell them a charcoal one as well for the other day, so they're alternating. If they're buying soap, sell them 2 soaps. Sell them give them a 2-for offer to try to drive up that average transaction value. This is a key thing. And the third way that you can grow your business, so find new customers, sell your existing customers more of what you've already sold them. The third way that you can grow your business is to sell something new to your existing customers. So if you're selling something digital, courses, whatever that might be, ebooks, who knows what, software, have another product that you can sell them. That might be an affiliate product, or it might be a branded t-shirt or a branded hoodie. All of those things, those 3 ways to grow your business, they only work because of the follow-up. You only turn browsers into new customers because of your ability to follow up with them. You only sell more of what you've already sold to your existing customers because of your ability to follow up with them. You only sell new products to your existing customers because of your ability to follow up with them. It is all in the follow-up, and that is what Sales Rails is for. That's what Sales Rails can do for you, and that's what the e-commerce functionality achieves for you. So let's go back here. Confirmation and reminder is the next tab down. So this is where we have our abandoned cart messages. We can edit them. We can define when they're sent in terms of timing. Oh, apologies. This isn't abandoned cart, is it? This is confirmations. But these are the messages where we get to say, hey, did you want to buy something else? Hey, I've got another product for you. These are incredibly important. And this is the real power of Sales Rails. This is the real power of Facebook Messenger and Instagram DM communication in this regard. So we've built our store inside Sales Rails. How do we use that? How do we share those products with our potential customers? How do we get to the point where the follow-up is important? Well, let's go over to our bot manager over here. I'm going to do this in Instagram just to mix it up. And so I'm going to use my Adventures in Marketing account, and I think it's this one. Oh, I'm not sharing the tab. Share this tab instead. Hopefully you can see that now. Yes, you can. Cool. So this sequence I built out the other day. If you want to check it out, is if you go and send me a message at, so it's instagram.com/adventuresin.marketing. Go and check me out on Instagram. Give me a follow while you're there. But if you send me a DM that says "Unleash the bots" exactly as you see here, you will trigger this sequence. And this sequence I did as a demo the other day. So it starts off with "Hey." It has lead full name, puts in the subscriber's particular Instagram handle. "Thanks so much for your message. So you want the ebook?" So this is a sequence that's going to share a lead magnet, share an ebook with a potential subscriber. So I've been on Instagram. I've talked about my new ebook. I've said comment below, and they get this message. So I'm Sally, the Sales Rails automated assistant, and I'm going to get you hooked up. And then we go into this user input flow. So these two green boxes here are user input flow, and they say just drop your best email address below. It's going to be saved to the email field inside the system. So not only can we now follow up inside Instagram DMs for 24 hours for free. Follow up is everything. Follow up. Now we've got an email address, so we can follow up with them via email as well. Remember, we want to do it via DM first because our potential customers are 3 times more likely to open and read and act upon those messages than they are to emails. But email is the next best thing. So they give us our email. It comes back to us in this postback, and then we say, "Awesome. Click confirm below to let us know you're happy to join our mailing list." So, good citizens of the GDPR observing nations will know that we need to get that additional confirmation. So we've got a quick reply here. It looks like a button. They just click it. It says confirm. Now, we've got a couple of things that happen off of this pack. The first thing that happens is we deliver this image, this GIF of Will Ferrell getting excited. Almost immediately, then we're going to deliver the ebook. So they asked for our ebook. We're going to deliver this ebook. You can see this is my ebook. It's actually not quite ready, but if you go through this, you'll get an early version of it. And the download button here. Now, incredibly, almost as if I planned it, the ebook is called Unleash the Bots, and that is what I've written on the t-shirts and the hoodies. So what I've also done is, after a short delay, 15 minutes in this case, but I was just doing this for demonstration purpose, but you might want to do it for a little bit longer. They get another message that says Instagram handle. Hope you've been getting a lot out of the ebook. If you want to take your marketing to the next level, I have an awesome 20% off discount for you today on Sales Rails. I'm going to send them a discount code and link them over to the Sales Rails sales page so that they can buy the software. They were interested enough in chatbot marketing to download my ebook. So I'm going to follow up with them and say, "Hey, did you want to buy the software?" And then after another period of time, another 15 minutes in this case, but again, it can be anything up to 24 hours, they get another message that says, "Hey, you've read the book. You got a bargain on the software. Now it's time to get the t-shirt." And then we send them this e-commerce element. Now, I'm just going to show you how this works. So if I double click on this element, it gives me an opportunity to change the store. So let's go to Sally Merchandise, the store that we just built. And then here I can select products that are going to be featured inside this carousel. So I'm going to have the Unleash the Bots Eco Unisex t-shirt, and I'm going to have the Unleash the Bots Eco Unisex hoodie. I'm going to have a button that says buy now, and I'm going to click done. And now when this fires, this appears as a carousel, and it switches between the two, as you can see. Hopefully you did see that. So this sequence has got all of that follow-up built into it. So this person came into our world because they wanted our ebook. We collected their email address. We got them to confirm they were happy to join our email list. We delivered the ebook. They were able to click this button and go and download the book. We waited some time, and then we made them an offer, the follow-up. We said, hey, did you want to buy the software? You liked the book. Hopefully you want to get involved in this. You want to buy the software. Here's a special offer. Here's a discount. All in the follow-up. And now we said to ourselves, hey, what else can we sell to this customer? We've got a customer for the software. What else can we sell to them? All in the follow-up. Now we go back to them and say, hey, did you want to buy a t-shirt? Did you want to buy a hoodie? The follow-up is everything. So hopefully today what you've seen is how easy it is to build an e-commerce store inside the Sales Rails platform. It's very easy. It produces a very, I don't want to say basic, but a very pared down e-commerce store that you can share with your customers. And the reason it does that is that the reason it's so pared down is so that it resolves really nicely inside Instagram DMs and Facebook Messenger. People are on their phones. They can see the store. They can place their order. They can select color and size, whatever it is, whatever product it is that you wanting to share. So it works beautifully. We can send order confirmations and changes of status inside our inside those messaging sequences as well. This is why this functionality exists in Sales Rails, so that we can do that follow-up inside Facebook Messenger and inside Instagram DMs. 3 times more likely to be opened than email. That is huge. And then we can offer those products inside our sequences. We can follow up with the subscribers inside those sequences. We can collect email addresses so that we can follow up with them via email as well. So now we've got this kind of omni-channel thing going on where we've got them in Facebook Messenger, we've got them in Instagram DM, we've got them in email. We can follow up in as many ways as we possibly can. And this is how you guide people through to a sale. This is why I built Sales Rails in the first place. This is why I'm so passionate about what it can achieve for you and your business. So, yeah, if you're already a Sales Rails subscriber, what I would love for you to do is go inside the platform and play with this and see how it can work for you. Even if e-commerce isn't the most important part of your business, what could you sell? Is it t-shirts and hoodies? Is it mugs and mouse mats? What is it? Check out Printful. You can set up an account there, a print-on-demand product. It's not like you're going to get rich from selling these products, but it's one more thing to offer your customer, one more thing to talk about inside the follow-up, a way to increase the average transaction value that you have with every customer. And it really serves those 3 ways that we can grow our business that we talked about. So I hope that you found this useful. I hope that if you are already a Sales Rails subscriber, you go and have a play with this and see what you can achieve. If you're not already a Sales Rails subscriber, I would urge you to go and become one. I am working on a free forever account, it's not quite set up the way I wanted it to. My intention was to have it here to offer to you today. What you can sign up for on the website, you can see it's been scrolling across the bottom of the screen as we've been talking all this time, salesrails.co. If you go over there, there is an option to sign up for a free account. It will only give it to you for free for 7 days. However, if you go and do that today, once I have that free lifetime account available, I will convert you all over. Hopefully, I'll get that firing off tomorrow. So yeah, sign up for Sales Rails. You can use it for free. Have a play with it, and yeah, hopefully you see some value in this. Remember, it's all in the follow-up. Remember that lack of follow-up does more than just not win you a customer. It loses you a future customer. Remember, we were talking about this lady that contacted me yesterday. This message was awesome, but because of her lack of follow-up, she's potentially lost a customer that she might have won in the future. Don't let that happen to you. Use Sales Rails, use email to the best of its advantage, follow up with your customers, treat every prospect like they're a customer until they are actually a customer. This is something I always try to drill into my sales teams over the years. Yeah, the follow up is key. That's everything from me today. If you've got any questions, you can email me, andrew@salesrails.co. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. So instagram.com/adventuresin.marketing. I think on Facebook, it's facebook.com/pages/my adventures in marketing. But either way, you should be able to track me down if you're seeing this video. Yeah, send me a message if you've got any questions. And in the meantime, have a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you again very soon. This time next week, in fact. I'll see you then. Thanks.